Hi, I'm Hannah Bernard, and we are here at the 6th annual AlphaNorth Capital Event Conference in the Bahamas. Right now, I have with me Bruce Rowland, Chairman of XORTX Therapeutics. Thank you so much for being with us.
My pleasure.
Let's start off by you telling us a little bit about the company and what your story is.
Well, XORTX Therapeutics is a Canadian biopharma company. We're a world leader in the development of new innovative therapies for the treatment of progressive kidney diseases. We're focused on two specific indications. One is called polycystic kidney disease, specifically autosomal dominant polycystic kidney disease. And the other is diabetic nephropathy, which is kidney disease as a result of diabetes. The polycystic kidney disease area is what's known as an orphan indication. So less than 200,000 patients a year have the disorder in the United States. And the large indication is diabetic nephropathy, where you have roughly 10 million patients currently. There are roughly 46 million diabetics in the United States, and there'd be tens of millions of pre-diabetic patients. So the relationship is that roughly 40% of diabetics develop diabetic nephropathy, and in both polycystic kidney disease and in diabetic nephropathy, there are really no effective therapies currently.
And how did you get this company started, and what's your background?
Well, I've been with the company for a number of years as a board member. I became chairman earlier this year. I've been working with Dr. Alan Davidoff, the CEO, for some time, and we've been focused on bringing these new therapies to patients in an unmet medical need. Polycystic kidney disease is what's known as an orphan indication, so less than 200,000 patients a year in the United States. Orphan indications have certain advantages that come to drug developers as governments provide incentives to develop drugs for smaller populations.
Okay.
And then the large indication we're going after is diabetic nephropathy. There's roughly 46 million people in the United States with diabetes, another tens of millions that are pre-diabetic. Roughly 40% of diabetics will develop diabetic nephropathy. There is no effective therapy currently. So our focus has been in the area of uric acid, and it's now being discovered through a number of phase 2 pilot studies that uric acid, elevated uric acid in patients with kidney disease is like pouring gasoline onto the fire. So you've got to bring uric acid down and you've got to clamp it, and that's exactly what our drugs do. As I said, this has been shown in phase 2 studies. We're looking in the area of polycystic kidney disease to take our formulation of oxypurinol into a pivotal registration study. So we're one study away from marketing. And in the area of diabetic nephropathy, we're going to be entering a phase 2B study in the United States, hopefully also in 2019.
Wow, you have a lot going on.
We do.
So tell us what sets you apart within your sector.
Well, I think what sets us apart really is our focus on uric acid. This is sort of some new thinking in the world of medicine. Its implications in gout have been well known for a long time. And its new implications in kidney disease, relatively new development, and so we're trying to take advantage of that. We have a good drug for lowering uric acid, and both in diabetic nephropathy and in polycystic kidney disease, there are no meaningful treatments available today. So what you're trying to really do in both cases is avoid going on dialysis. Dialysis, you start dialysis, your chances of being alive 2 years later are about 50%. In the United States, you've got 650,000 dialysis patients at $90,000 US a year per patient. So we think that our approach to clamping uric acid could have financial implications in that particular subject, about $30 billion a year.
Very interesting. Can you share with us some of your growth strategy and goals over the next 6 months?
Well, the strategy at the moment is to get into the clinic in the pivotal study in polycystic kidney disease. We're working with the FDA on the protocol, and we hope to be in the clinic in the fourth quarter of this year. Okay. In the diabetic nephropathy area, we're in the process of in-licensing a very potent molecule from an Asian pharma company And once we've done that, then we'll go into a phase 2B study with that molecule in the United States. So that's the lineup to get both those studies going this year.
So you are chairman of XORTX Therapeutics.
Yeah.
A bit of a leader yourself, obviously, but is there someone that you've looked up to throughout your career, somewhat of a role model?
Well, there is one person that comes to mind, a fellow that I worked with closely for a long time, Dr. Jim Wright, who was the CEO, was he the chairman? I guess he was the chairman at one point of XORTX Therapeutics, which is now an American company called Aptos Bioscience. And Jim, his passion for what he was doing, its relevance to patients, were always two of the most sort of obvious things about him. And I always admired him for that.
Great. Well, thank you for sharing all of this great news from XORTX Therapeutics. Thanks for being with us, Bruce.
Thank you.